All right, guys. So the most important and most interesting assets in the world, the US dollar, the world's exchange currency. For some, it's a safe haven, but I don't put it in that category. I think, Bitcoin is a new safe haven and gold, of course. Okay. But I mean, uh, what's happening right now? It's kind of crazy. I know a lot of you have been expecting for the dollar to drop because they have been printing and printing and printing dollars, so the dollar should drop. Well, yeah, it should, but it's not. I'm gonna go a little bit back to December 15 idea. Dollar at support, and technically that's a buy. I mean the fundamentals, and with Biden coming up with more money and more money and more money, and the Fed's printing and printing and printing. So fundamentally we were expecting the dollar to drop, but technically it was at support. And what happened is that from that major support, um, first of all, the last time it did that, it did go a little bit sideways within this frame until eventually it did rise. Okay, that was back in 2018, but this time it just came a little bit under. Okay, probably invited a lot of sellers there. It came up back there, tested that level as a new resistance, pretended it's gonna drop again, invited even more new sellers, and suddenly it decided to go up, and it looks like it wants to go higher. So how can the Americans have the, as we say in Greek, to have the dog fed and the pie in one piece? So either you're gonna feed the dog, or uh, you're gonna sacrifice the pie, or you're gonna leave the dog hungry and uh, keep the pie intact. Well, in this case, the dollar is being printed and is being infused in the American economy, but the dollar is going higher. Wow, what's going to happen next? I'm telling you, it's going to be interesting. If it reminds me of one thing, and I'm going to be a little bit creative here, so if you don't agree with the idea or the statement, please don't make fun of me. But I feel a little bit like uh, the Americans are trying, the Federal Reserve is trying to make the American economy the new X-Men, the Wolverine. I feel like there's just infusing a little bit more adamantium. Uh, adamantium bonding scene. That's the scene I was looking at just a little bit earlier. So yeah, we're about to continue with bonding adamantium to weapon exoskeleton until we'll see if it will be able to survive the test and get up ready to kick some ass. So, is the beast alive? Is it gonna take it, or is it going to die in the process of infusing all these material into it? Uh, for sure, there's gonna be some side effects, but who knows what those are going to be. I've been reading a lot about it. I'm sure you all have been reading a lot about it, and we do understand what a stronger dollar does. Okay, and there is a lot of countries that benefit from a strong dollar. All the countries that produce oil, for example. Yeah, so it will be really, really very, very interesting to see what happens with dollar, because the dollar is rising again, and it looks like it's gonna rise even more. So we'll see what happens. Is it time to look at commodities? Well, those are taking a beating as well. And yeah, we do have silver trying to recover a little bit today, but we'll see. That's another chart I will work on in a little while. Gold and silver. Yeah, we do have Bitcoin at all-time highs very, very recently, more than once, repeatedly having a correction. So is Bitcoin gonna benefit from all this? I'm not a magician. I'm not a psychic to know what will happen. But what is happening with the dollar is something that is starting to touch the zone of the unexplicable. So let's be prepared for everything, guys, because really everything can happen.